Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. John Belkowitz here. It's pretty early in the morning. We've been up for a while. I've been thinking about this Common Core problem that I did a few nights ago, and I got a lot of comments on our other pages from parents about how Common Core is very difficult for their children, and they don't like doing it. It's a pain in the butt, and I get it. And this morning, I'm taking a shower, and it all of a sudden hit me why we hate Common Core math. And it's one part of it, especially when you're teaching your kids, this drawn out process compared to the borrowing and payback method, from the 1950s, and then the grouping method. When I was learning how to do math, you had to carry the 1 and make it turn it into a tens, then you have to subtract it from the 1 ahead of it. So there was always this, active thing of putting numbers and crossing things out. Now when I do math, I think it was like a 59 minus 13 that we did, or is it a 53 minus 19? Doing that regrouping method, the mechanics of it, I'm doing it in my head, right? And I think most of us who do math, that type of math, if we're paying bills or if we're getting groceries or, doing coupons, we do that regrouping method. We actually don't go through the mechanics of carrying the 1 over. And if we are, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But the analogy that I think is even better is baseball. Baseball was something that I really wanted to be good at as a kid, but I just didn't have the aptitude for it. And the mechanics of learning how to hit a baseball the correct way is almost like Common Core math. Now, for my avid baseball players out there, I'm very glad we're not in a close proximity, because I'm sure you would be throwing a blunt object at my head right now for comparing Common Core math to the mechanics of learning how to swing a baseball bat. But it is a fact that there are some of those who are natural, but breaking down the mechanics of swinging a baseball bat, the stance, how you stand, how you hold the bat, it's almost like a golf swing, that there are so many individual components with it. But the thing about swinging a baseball bat or even a golf club, it's not it is a collection of events, but it really is a singular fluid event. And with Common Core math, the pain in the ass that we're teaching our kids right now, the steps of going through, breaking it down for, to get it to the 5s and then the 10s and then adding those up and getting to all those mechanics, our kids are eventually going to get to a shortcut, because you're right, it takes too long and it's not practical to carry that same mechanical process all the way through. So at a certain point, it's going to get to that we're not using those individual steps, just like we're not doing the individual steps or the mechanics of swinging a baseball bat. It's just going to become one fluid motion in, the determining of that summation or whatever we're subtracting, the multiplication, whatever we're creating this drawn out process. Eventually our kids are going to use a shortened version of that, just like we're doing. But knowing those mechanics the derivation of that summation is going to help build a greater foundation to understand more difficult mathematics as they move on to the future. So hopefully that helps you out, especially if you're teaching your kids Common Core math. We're more than happy to do some more Common Core math problems. What we're going to be doing today is an engineering problem, a simply supported beam. And you're not going to see Common Core math. You're going to see us breaking down what the beam tells us and the forces involved. And then after that, we're going to get into a lesson about what is force and the different types of force, uniaxial compression, tensile forces, shear forces, moments, and explain all those things. So it's kind of going backwards. So please stay tuned. Let us know if you have any questions. Hopefully you're staying healthy out there. Stay safe. Go concrete. Beat asphalt.